Hey guys, in today's video we're going to be talking about water reservoir. There's all kinds of water reservoirs out there. You can use anything as a water reservoir. So as you know, and if you watched my previous video, I did a video on me installing the DP Roots NFT system, right? And I told you guys in that video, it does not come with a water reservoir, okay? So what is an actual water reservoir? Well, it can be anything. It can be a 5-gallon square bucket. It can be a 5-gallon round bucket. It can even be a black and yellow tote, okay? So, depending on what system you are running, probably depends on what type of reservoir that you want to use. Now, for this system, because of how it sets to the ground, honestly, I probably don't want to use something this tall unless I'm going to get me like a longer tube hose and then have to put it in there. Okay? Now, I may use something like this. However, again, this is a little bit taller than this, right? So when I'm thinking about water reservoirs, I'm trying to conserve space. Since we grow indoors, we need to conserve as much space as we possibly can. And therefore, I feel like if I can get away with using a small, low-profile tub such as this, and this is 5 gallons too. This is the same size as these buckets right here. And honestly, I could use anything I want. But we're going to use this, okay? And then what I'm going to do is I need to look at the what inch tubing, whatever, and I'm going to show you guys in this video how to make a reservoir, okay? It's super simple, super easy, and only thing it really, the only tools that you really need is you need a drill, okay? And so you need a way to make holes, and you need some kind of container for a reservoir. Now for this container, what we're going to be doing is we need 2 outlets. Okay, so we need an inlet, we need an outlet, and then we need a, well, that's it actually, I think, because the water pump will actually set in here. Now we could expand this system as well, and if we wanted to add like a like an air pump or whatever to aerate the water, we could do that. Only thing you would have to do is drill another hole in the top of this, but I'm not going to do that for this system. I'm just going to keep it pretty basic. Inlet and an outlet. Okay, let me go get the drill and then I will show you how I drill this thing out. Alright, so we got our drill, we got our drill bits. The next thing I need to do is pull up the instructions and figure out what size of line that they're actually using for that water line. And it looks like they are using, I know it says it right here, 7, just says water hose. Well, I guess since it says water hose, what we're going to do is we're going to take an estimate, okay? So, what I like to do is start smaller, okay, and then get bigger as, as you need. So, I'm going to use this, this 1/4 drill bit right here. This doesn't look too big. Now, another way that you could do this is if you could buy some rubber, like water grommets or something like that off of Amazon. That's what I would do in this instance, and that's probably what I'm actually going to do with this this tote eventually. But for right now, I think this will work. This looks, it looks like the same size. I don't know, but we're just going to drill an inlet and an outlet. Now there are 2 different ways that we can do this. We can either drill it at the top here, okay, or we can drill it on the sides. Me personally, I like to drill on top. The reason I like to do that, specifically if you don't use rubber grommets, is because when you fill up these tubs with your nutrient solution and your water, you don't want to have water spilling out everywhere, okay? If you drill it on top right here, there's less of a chance for, for spills. Yes, it's a pain in the butt to undo your hose or whatever every single time, but I'd rather do that than have to deal with, water spillage. Okay, so the way we're going to do this is I'm going to crank this thing up, and I'm probably going to do an inlet and an outlet on both sides. So right here, all right. And we want to take it nice and slow. We don't have to go fast because we don't want to break the plastic. All right. That's pretty much it with the hose. And now what I'm going to go do is I'm going to go get that hose, and we're going to verify that this is the right size. All right. So we got our hose, and we need to verify that this hose can actually go into the thing. This hose is a lot bigger than your standard hose, and as I'm looking at it now, I realize I should have used a bigger drill bit. So we're going to do that. It's no big deal. All right, we're just going to get our drill bit. Like I said, I like to start small and work my way bigger, because once you make a hole that's too big, it's harder to repair, So we're going to make something a little bit bigger than when we had it. All right. And that's still too small. We're going to have to use a 1/2-inch drill bit. I thought this 3/8 would work. We're going to have to go with the big old 1/2-inch. This is a big giant hose. So it would have been nice for them to tell us what size hose that is. But again, it happens. So let's go ahead and get that big hole in there. Yeah. Okay. We got a big old hole in there. We should be good to go. Let's just go ahead and try to stick our tube, and that is about perfect right there. So 1/2-inch is about what you need for this system. There's a small gap that you can kind of play with. Well, like I said, if you just got like a 1/2-inch rubber grommet or something like that, then you can kind of plug that in to make sure that this is 100% watertight, and it would not work. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much it on making a water reservoir. Okay, just pick a container, pick a bucket. It don't even have to be a bucket. It can be a tote. It can be anything you want. It could be a 6-quart tub. Anything that can hold water and that you can maybe make punctures to, or make a hole, whatever size that you need for your system. Okay, don't worry about it. Don't spend a ton of money on a water reservoir. Don't blow your money. Okay, this stuff is relatively cheap. Hydroponics is cheap. All right, you can get by with doing some of this stuff on, really, really cheap if you really want to. Okay, but if you do pick up the same system that I picked up, the DPR Roots hydroponic NFT system, just understand that the tube that they give you is about a 1/2-inch. Okay, so I hope this helps somebody, and again, just pick your water reservoirs and keep on growing. All right. So if you liked this video, give me a like and a subscribe. It does help out the channel a bunch. I want to thank you guys for watching, and until next time, I want you guys to show me your garden. Bye, guys. Peace.